Well, good morning. It is Kelly, Rick, and Lewis. So this morning we posted over on the Blitz Facebook page, said you can only pick one and tell us why. And your choices are 1, soulmate, 2, $100 million, or 3, time machine. I'm going to say it's always number 3.
Time
machine?
machine?
It's always going to be time machine. Okay. I'm going back to 1955, pick up a gray sports almanac, and come right back here, and I'm good. And then I'll end up with $100 billion, and Thick World will be open in about a month. Nikki Newland said 3. It takes care of 1 and 2, and then some. So, we've seen a lot. And it's so many choices, so many great explanations for why. I know there are people who are worried because they've seen Back to the Future too many times. And, you don't want to disrupt the space-time continuum.
Well, here's the thing,
you got to be careful.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah?
Does time work like Back to the Future, which we found out is BS? Because if you saw Avengers, time doesn't work that way. If you go back in time, when you land in time, that becomes your new future, and your old future then becomes your past. Like if you go back and go, instead of doing this, I'm not going to do this. You're not going to change the future going forward. You're creating a new timeline.
I don't buy that. I don't buy the Avengers deal.
What?
Yeah.
Are you saying Tony Stark's an idiot?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying he's a mistake. He's making a mistake.
With time machine, if you want to go back or forward, you got to stay there. That's where the time machine is. You can't jump timeline.
Well, it's a time
right,
machine.
You're not going to alter. Going back and altering the past doesn't change the future. It creates a separate timeline. So then when you come back, you're back in the timeline that you were on originally.
No.
Yeah, yes, I agree with that.
Watch
I agree
Loki.
with that.
Your branch time spaghetti. Time is a line of spaghetti. When you start going back and change something, you change what came before. You branch off spaghetti, but your timeline is still the timeline. So you're not altering your future. You're creating a branch off of the original time. You're making a tree.
No.
Yeah.
No. If I go back in time and do something that causes your parents to never meet,
that would be the gift that kept on giving.
And I return to here, you're not going to exist.
Doug Rogers, Smart Hulk explains it best. Thank you.
Yeah, again, Hulk. I'm not taking...
Bruce Banner is a genius.
No. It's a comic book.
I guess when I see the thing like a time machine, my idea is you're just going to go back and live your life starting at a certain point, and you just live it differently.
From there, right. But you go back at that age because you can't have two of you in the same place.
Yeah.
So you go back in time.
You can.
No, you can't.
You just can't run into each other.
You go back in time. Let's say you go back to 1971. Okay. From this moment forward in 1971, your new future is now 1972, 73, 74,
right.
75.
You got to live that out.
That's not the... That's
a branch
where
of the
did you
tree.
get this rule from?
It's the Avengers.
I don't care. It's a time machine. You get in it. You transfer to this year. Then you get back and do what you want. Then you get back in it and transfer to every other year you want. It's a time machine. It's not like you're walking through a portal that you can never come back through.
Portal, machine, same principle.
No.
You're branching off time. So you're splitting the line. And now when you come back, you are back to your time, but you created another branch in a different timeline. It's the multiverse, man.
No, I don't see it that way.
I guess it's your view of what this time machine is. My view is that I would pick I want to go back to 1976, and then I'm going to live starting in 1976 as I was then, and I'm going to make different decisions for the whole rest of my life. Like I know what could come out of the bad decision I already made in 1980.
Okay, so
I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to do something different and then see how my life is better from that point on.
Okay, that's not traveling through a time machine. You're just turning back time. It's like, I wish I could go back and be 8, but know everything I know now.
Right.
So you're just turning back time. You're not going through time.
Jared,
I
Doc
have to
Brown,
go through time.
Doc Brown is wrong, Jared. And then
how dare you?
Doug said, Jamie says you're watching. Janine says you're watching too much Loki. But here's the thing: you don't want to send your body back in time.
Well, that's what we're doing.
But what you want to do is you want to send your consciousness back in time, so you wake up in your body at 7 years old. Know what Kelly's saying, knowing what you know now. Then when your consciousness wakes up in that 7-year-old body, now you make choices going forward.
That's fine, but that's not what this is.
But this doesn't work.
Well, it does for this. What we're doing, it's a time machine. machine that you get in and travel to whatever year you want and then go to the next year you want.
This is scientifically not possible.
Before we did this, Thick should have told us his rules so we knew what was going on.
He's making stuff up.
I'm not making stuff up. I have Disney Plus documented facts.
You guys are trying to like go like reverse your age here. I'm talking about traveling through time and coming out wherever year you go to. You're still going to be the same age you are when you leave here. You come back.
Ryan said the multiverse theory came from Albert Einstein, and Albert Einstein is smarter than Rick. I think we can all agree that is truth.
Oh, Kevin said, I just got off a 12-hour shift. I'm so tired that all three of you are making sense.
Tell me, what you want to do consists of sending your consciousness back, not your physical body, because all you're going to do is branch off a timeline.
No.
So if you go back to 71 and pick up a sports almanac, that
55.
55. That thick Rick that's now living in 56 is going to be happy because he just picked the team that won the World Series.
I'm not going to be in 56.
But that thick Rick that we all know here in 2023 is going, yeah, that thick world's still just a dream.
I won't be here at that moment. I'll be back in 1955.
True.
As an adult, as who I am right now.
You'll just disappear.
I'll pick up the almanac and jump back in the time machine and come right back to here. I don't disrupt the space-time continuum that way, and I got my almanac and all is good.
Anthony says it's all about branching timelines. If Vic goes back in time and changes something that affects Kelly, are you now saying that Kelly instantly has new memories? No, you just went back in time, and when you came back, it will be a new Kelly.
Only if I do something to change the path of her life, which I'm not going to. I'm just going to run in the store, get a sports on.
What if I'm outside the store there and you do something like accidentally run into me and then I get a permanent shoulder injury and I can't be a professional softball player?
Exactly.
Were you alive in 1955?
Maybe. You don't know. I might have done one of your fancy time machines.
Hold on.
Oh, my God. You guys have turned this whole thing into something that is completely not.
What if you go back in time and you are getting your sports almanac, you accidentally hit Pat with your car, he can't make the high ball at Christmas time anymore,
That's right.
And now Kelly's life is messed up all because you went back for a sports almanac.
That's not my problem. Luke said Rick will go back in time to shove himself out of the way of falling space junk. No, I can't believe that will not die.
Here's what I want out of this whole thing. I want a time machine to take me back 10 minutes before this conversation started.
Wow. All right. Carrie said, I want the $100 million. Because he wants to hook up with two girls at the same time, and I think that will help him pull that off. Well, everybody has their dreams.
I said the same thing to Carrie. I said, everybody's got to have a dream and a plan, and you have both, my friend.
Luke said time machine because I can get the other two with it. That's what I'm saying, Luke.
Fred says he has to chime in. I know that you need to take the sports almanac to the past.
What?
I think he's saying reverse. You need to take, to take the almanac in the past so everybody knows what's coming ahead of time. Because if you buy a sports almanac in 1955,
what good does that do?
Oh, you're right. No, that's right. I gotta go back to when I'm a kid and give myself the sports almanac.
Oh dear God.
That's right. Yeah, that's how he did it. He bought the sports almanac and then he took it back in time and gave it to his younger self. That's what he did. Right. Okay. All right. Now, see,
does anybody else not trust Rick to drive the time machine?
Now we've got everybody's arguing about traveling through time instead of which thing they're picking here. Now I gotta go.
That is not anybody's fault but yours.
That's Lewis's fault. He's the one that did this.
But Lewis and I had a different idea of what this time machine was. You had you had an idea.
Time machine.
Yeah, you had an idea of what that was. We had a different idea. So I think we're all viewing this time machine differently.
Have you ever seen a time machine?
No, have you?
Yes. Big Bang Theory. Saw it. It's like it looks like a little rocket capsule. All right. Kevin Young said
does anybody have any openings in their job that pay decently? I could get in there and not have these types of conversations that'll stress me out to no end.
Oh, please, you're not going to stress about what you're going to wear to the new job?
No, as long as I don't have to have a time machine conversation, I'll be great.
I cannot keep up with all the text telling you your sports almanac theory is flawed.
Stop. All right. Joanne said I would take the $100 million. I have one, meaning she has her soulmate, and I learned my lesson when Marty McFly went back in time.
I think I can't tell you what I think right now.
Okay. Well, I will keep reading. Kevin Young said number 2. He said soulmates are overrated, though there are a few things I'd like to go back in time and fix.
Yeah?
Carrie says, guys, I'm upset no one got the Office Space reference. I got the Office Space reference, Carrie, 100%. You got to have money to have this, so it's a couple girls will double down on a dude like you.
Donald said, I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you're rich, you suddenly become hot and handsome. Last thing you'd want to do is go back in time and end up being your own grandpa or something.
Would be kind of awkward. Stacy said soulmates aren't real and definitely don't want to try and fix mistakes. Happy for all of life's lessons.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, Aaron said time machine can make a lot more than $100 million. And who needs a soulmate when you have more than $100 million?
Sure, you could buy a couple.